Hello, friends. Today's topic: why great ship operators built system instead of depending on motivations. It's 0400 hours. The phone rings before sunrise. The vessel is 6 hours from pilot station. Weather is calm. The engines are running perfectly. Everything looks under control. Then the operator desk receives a message from master. We may have a problem, not because of weather, not because of machinery, not because of crew. A critical document required by the terminal was not sent. Loading may be delayed. A few hours later, a charterers start asking questions. The terminal changes the berthing sequence. The owners worries about extra costs. The commercial team begins calculating potential damage. One forgotten routine now affect an entire voyage. And here is the uncomfortable truth. The person who missed that document wasn't careless. He was experienced. He had handled hundreds of port calls. He simply reached the limits of human attention. Every maritime professional has lived a day like this. The master starts the morning with weather report, passage planning, crew matters, machinery updates, security checks, and navigation. At the shore office, the operator wake up to overnight emails, revised ETS, cargo instructions, charters requests, and vessels performance reports. Each decision seems small. Answer one email, approve one document, confirm one bunker schedule, review one weather report, but decision after decision slowly drains mental energy. By afternoon, the brain isn't necessarily less intelligent. It is simply more tired. And tired people don't usually make dramatic mistake. They miss small things, a forgotten attachment, an unchecked box, one delayed phone call, one assumption. Shipping rarely suffers because of one huge failure. It suffers because small operational gaps quietly grow into commercial problems. Here is where many people misunderstand success. They believe high performers are always motivated. They were not. Think about a vessel crossing the Pacific for nearly a month. There are rough weather days, equipment alarms, crew fatigues, unexpected commercial changes, midnight instructions from charterers. No one on board wake up every morning overflowing with motivation. Yet the voyage continue. Why? Because ship don't operate on motivation. They operate on system. The bridge follow checklist. The engine room follows planned maintenance. Cargo operations follows procedure. Emergency responses follow established protocols. Nobody says, let's skip the checklist today because we don't feel like it. The system quietly carries the operation forward even when energy is low. A few years ago, an experienced ship operator shared something that stayed with me. He said, the busiest week used to be my worst week. Not because he lacked knowledge, but because every morning began with fresh decision. Which vessel first? Which email first? Which claim first? Which report first? By lunch, his brain had already spent most of its energy deciding what to do. So he changed one habit every morning. Before leaving the office, he wrote tomorrow's three highest priorities. every port call followed the same preparation checklist. Every recurring report had a standard templates. Every important review happened on the same day every week. Nothing looked revolutionary. But after 6 months, something changed. Fewer forgotten tasks, less stress, better communication, faster response during emergencies. His workload didn't become lighter, his system became stronger. That is what professionals often miss. The goal is not to become mentally tougher every single day. The goal is to remove unnecessary decision before the day even begins. The same lessons applies whether you are a master, chief engineer, ship operator, superintendent or chartering executive. Pressure will always exist. Weather cannot be controlled. Port congestion cannot be controlled. Market conditions cannot be controlled. But your operating system can. The best maritime leaders don't rely on memory for routine work. They protect their attention for situations that actually requires judgment. That is real leadership. Not reacting faster, designing an environment where the right decision becomes the easiest decision. Because when pressure arrives, preparation quietly defeat panic. So, before your next voyage, before your next shift, ask yourself one question: which part of my work still depends only on memory? Maybe it's your port arrival routine, maybe it's your cargo documentation, maybe it's your voyage planning, maybe it's simply tomorrow morning. Turn that routine into checklist. Create your own standard operating procedures. Review tomorrow's priorities before leaving today. Automate repetitive works wherever possible. Because the world's safest ships and the world's most respected maritime professionals are not built on endless motivation. They are built on discipline. Systems that quietly produce thousands of correct decisions, voyage after voyage. Thank you.